Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Ashley and you're watching Your Canadian Blind Girl. Today's video is a wee bit funny. It's about an online scammer trying to sell me a monkey or a cat. They actually were not sure what they were trying to sell me, which makes this video all the more hilarious. So a disclaimer for YouTube, I am not sharing personal information about an actual person. I'm sharing conversations with a scammer for educational purposes, blah blah blah. I basically have to say that, so I cannot be sued and my video will not be taken down. Welcome to the free world. And I say that sarcastically. And just a quick personal disclaimer and we will start the video. I truly believe that the name and pictures were taken from a real account, as this has personally happened to me before on Facebook. So please do not go and hunt this person down. Hopefully they or their friends will eventually see that their account has been copied and they can report it to Facebook. Because fun Facebook rules is I actually cannot report it if I'm not already friends with the original account. It's so dumb. Like, if you know it's a scam, and I've reported them repeatedly, by the way, like repeatedly, and Facebook doesn't see a problem. I've even reported conversations where this person is legitimately later asking me for money. Anyway, on with the video. So as some of you might know, my husband and I own an orange Sphynx. He is our pet first and foremost, and it was my husband's idea that we breed him when he became sexually matured. Because of this, I have joined some different online Sphynx groups to not only learn and educate myself further on the breed and the breeding process and what to watch out for, I also use groups to make connections with other breeders as well. I'm actually going to do another video about the worst Facebook group for Sphynxes that's basically run by a scammer, and most of the posts in there are made by other scammers as well. So I'm not sure if I would consider starting my own. Like, I'm kind of considering starting my own. And then, you know, I like making connections with other breeders, and some of them can be really catty, pun intended, and some of them can be really cool. And so obviously I want to make connections with the cool ones, but yeah. So eventually I came across this post in this group, and it was featuring kitten colorings that we were looking for. Eventually my husband and I would like to own a few more Sphynxes of different colorings. That way we can offer more selection and breeding options when people are interested in bringing us their females. And we have a breeding program in place that if a breeder donates a male kitten with the colorings that we're looking for, they're allowed to breed that kitten for a period of time at no cost to them. And so people think like this is a free thing for me and a free thing for them. It really isn't, because there's a lot of other costs associated. But anyways, so I commented on this post just seeing, you know, what they had, what was available, where they were. And when I didn't answer the reply to my comment right away, they got real spammy real fast. So I was already suspecting that they were a scammer. And this is how it went with pictures and everything. I'm really sorry. I'm really distracted because the cat and the dog are running around. They're taking advantage of the fact that I'm on camera right now, and they're just running around the apartment. So if I seem distracted, I'm hearing them and I'm wondering, like, what in the world are they doing? Fun fact for me to know, our cat is allergic to the dog fur. And so as long as they're not wrestling, they're fine. But as soon as the cat is wrestling with the dog, he'll start sneezing. And it's really funny. So anyways, here we go with the rest of the video. Okay, so it begins with this woman messaging me and asking me about a male capuchin. By the way, just so you guys know, a male capuchin is a type of monkey that is sometimes kept as a pet. I know from being in an exotic pets group that a monkey that's going for under $1,000 is either definitely a scam, or there's possibly something wrong with the monkey and that's why they can't sell it at a higher price. Okay, I just know that. But yeah, this is just really funny. So I reply back to her and I'm like, what? A capuchin? Like a capuchin monkey? So because I am a Canadian, I wrote her a message apologizing that I actually didn't know she was messaging me, and that's how come I was so late to responding to her messages. And I actually deleted it because I was like, no, I'm not apologizing. Like, I can tell for sure that, okay, maybe she's not like a scammer. Maybe she is just really desperate and trying to sell her pets. I don't know her story, but I decided I was going to delete it because I was like, yeah, I'm not apologizing for not seeing her messages. I'm trying to work on stop apologizing so much as a Canadian. But anyways, so like she responds to that, and she still goes on about having these monkeys, and she's really pushy, and she's like, well, which one are you purchasing, right? So I respond to her, and I'm like, when we were first talking, you were selling a cat, you know what I mean? So yeah. And as you can see, in true scammer style, she completely ignored my message and started sending me pictures of a capuchin. So a breeder, an animal breeder, will be very careful about who is buying their animals, and they will check out your profile. It's very easy. If you go on my profile, it's very easy to pick up that I am blind. I talk about blindness. I talk about living with blindness. So this person is not doing any information, and she's telling me, like, this is the monkey, and really pushy, like, when are you gonna pick him up? To get mad because I'm just like, you know what, you're a scammer, you're ripping people off, you're taking advantage, like, it's disgusting. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, no thanks, something doesn't seem right here, like, this seems a little bit fishy, right? So after I sent it, in my head I was like, you know what, I could make a really funny YouTube video of this, you know what I mean? Because she can't even keep track of how many people she's scamming. And so then she messages me right back with like the best line for YouTube drama. She's like, you are the one who's not serious. And I missed it so much. I could have said, I missed my chance. I could have said, no, I am serious. I seriously don't want a monkey. I missed the opportunity. But anyways, and so like I'm telling her, like, hello, you're not sure what you're selling me here. Like, you told me this on comments, and now you're telling me this, So, yeah. Gaslight me, which, by the way, red flag number 1, scammers will be abusive. They'll try and gaslight. They will try and say all of these things, trying to make you doubt yourself because they're trying to create a confusion loop. And this is how, like, have you ever heard of people getting taken advantage of and thinking, how did they fall for that? Because scammers are master manipulators. These are people who, to be honest, like, this is a character trait that they probably had for a long time, and they're abusive in a lot of areas, and so they learn to create what's called a confusion loop, where they will be like, I didn't say that, I didn't do that, I didn't blah blah blah. And yeah, so this was further infuriating me, but again, I was like, you know what, great YouTube drama. Proceeds with sending pictures of what are supposed to be her cats. And so again, another signature of scammers is they will have pictures that either they don't match, which I did have someone check, and they looked at the pictures and they're like, yeah, none of these pictures look like they're even from the same litter or even in the same house. And again, I do understand, like, some people, when they build a website or they're first starting, they will get pictures from free sites. But you will see that these pictures can be stolen from other breeders, and they're not watermarked, they're not anything, and yeah, so yeah, just classic scammer stuff. By this time, I was getting a little bit bored, and so a basic rule of thumb that I have even right now is I will not purchase an animal if I cannot physically come to your location and look at it, check it out, have someone with me to check out where you're from, check out your breeding setup, and, like, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'm starting to get bored, and I'm like, well, where are you located? And they're like, North Carolina. These people are posting in an Ontario Sphinx group, Ontario. And yeah, so like I said, the runner of this group is actually a scam, and yeah, because they don't kick anyone out of the group. So yeah, I was like, yeah, no. So I explained to her I don't do long distance buying. So then she's trying to true classic scammer mode. She's trying to put me onto another fake account that she has a friend, and I'm like, well, are they registered? Like, are the kittens registered? I don't necessarily believe that you have to purchase registered animals, but I do believe for us, it would be good for us to both have registered and non-registered, just because there are some people who are like, no, I only want to breed with registered. I want all these paperwork. And then there's other people who are like, I just want a pet. I don't want a pet for a cat show. And I love Sphynx. I think everyone should be able to own a Sphynx if they want a Sphynx. They are really cool and very different. So anyways, yeah, she gives me the information about her friend that's in Canada, and I ask, are they registered? And she's like, mine are full bloody registered. So I'm not really sure if she was swearing at me or if she meant that they were full blood registered, which there is no such thing. There is blood tests to make sure that animals are not carrying genetic disorders, that they're not carrying hereditary disorders, that they're not carrying diseases. But there's no such thing as a blood registration. Like, it was just so funny. I'm like, yeah, you don't, if you're gonna scam something, at least know your information that you're gonna scam. Like, for Pete's sake, how can I get a job of scamming? Like, can I get a job of scamming the scammers? Because I would be so good at it. Like, I research things that aren't even super important to me. Like, it's crazy. Anyways, I thank her for the information, thinking that this is pretty much over, because, yeah, I got bored. I was bored. I was done. I was like, yeah, I got what I needed to make a YouTube video. I'm just leaving it at that. That wasn't the end, because, like, it was actually quite a few weeks later. I think this person was just trying to see any contacts they had made, and they didn't read the messages at all. Okay? So they are... they don't even have my gender right this time. They're like, hello, sir. And I'm like, hello. And so they're like asking how I am, right? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, can I help you with something? I have a really good memory for when a scammer tries to take advantage of me. I know who they are. So then they're like, yeah, we're having like, someone in their family was sick and they wanted money and they wanted me to send them $100. And they're like making it sound really desperate. And I'm just like, no. And I made the classic mistake. I actually gave them a message. So I told them, like, yeah, we're having issues. We're having a family issue as well. Like, we can't help you. You know what I mean? So then I wanted to see how desperate they were to try and scam me. So I called them, and I do this sometimes with fake accounts. I'll just repeatedly call them over and over and over and over and over again, to the point that they block me, because I had reported this conversation to Facebook, and I had reported this person's profile to Facebook, and Facebook didn't do anything. Facebook didn't do anything. And even here, like, there's proof of why Facebook should have to remove it, because there's like straightforward asking for money, and I'm reporting that it's a scam. So anyways, yeah, they picked it up. They had like this really heavy accent, and they were trying to act like they were from a completely different state than when they had told me before. It was so funny. So anyways, I was like, you should be careful. There's people online that try to take advantage, because I actually wasn't expecting them to pick up. Like, I was just going to call over and over and over and expect them to block me, but it didn't work. So anyways, I was like, you know, maybe you can find someone local to try and help you, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so they messaged me back, and they're like, we tried that, and, you know, like, they're just trying to act like, oh, it just makes me so mad. Anyways, I was just like, yeah, sorry. Like, I have nothing for you. People just would not quit. They just would not quit. They just continued to message me over and over, even though I didn't reply. And like I said, I tried reporting it to Facebook. Facebook is basically trash at this point, because they protect hackers and scammers and like ridiculous things. But yeah, if your profile is stolen and you have all the proof to be like, no, this is me, like, yeah, whatever. So yeah, I repeatedly tried to like report them, because I think once you block someone, I don't think you can report them after you block them. I don't know, I'm not that familiar. So yeah, that was kind of it. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Yeah, just, it's crazy, and I get annoyed because, like, you have people like me and my husband who were working really hard to be successful in life, not even sure there are times that they actually get money, and it just disgusts me. But anyways, I thought it was funny, and I'm trying to have the viewpoint of everything that happens to use it as YouTube content, and I'm trying to use that to get my brain to focus on whenever something comes up, instead of getting frustrated or overwhelmed or annoyed, to be like, well, this will be YouTube content. And so that's what I did. And yeah, so I will be doing another video about I think more geared around our cat breeding and how we do that, just because people do get curious about that. If you have any curiosities about that, or questions about our cat or anything, I'd love to hear it. I would also love to hear if you guys have ever had a scammer contact you, and what were they trying to sell you, okay? So I would love to hear that, and thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it when you guys hop on